very good speaker with us. I am sure that you will enjoy her lecture and you will not feel sleepy. You can sleep after her session, maybe. Well, friends, as I mentioned that in the verbal communication, we are having 4 aspects: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. We have done 3 of them. Listening, thoda sa hua hai. Speaking ho gaya hai, reading, and now we are going to have a 4th aspect of communication, that is writing skills. And we have with us a very versatile speaker, Madam Konica Mehta. Let me give you a brief introduction about her. She will be talking to you about writing skills. Presently, she is working in a very prominent institute in the area of English and communication skills, that is RIE, R-I-E, Regional Institute of English. That institute is basically providing training to the English teachers at school and college level and various other programs also. She's a faculty there. And let me now give you other credentials about Konica Mehta. She has about 4 years experience in soft skills and personality development training programs, and about 1.5 years experience in corporate sector also. And she has been regular visiting faculty to our institute, and most of her sessions have been well accepted and appreciated by the participants. Presently working, as I told you, since 2011 at Regional Institute of English, Chandigarh, which is in sector 32 here. She has worked with the Secure Line Private Limited as an assistant zonal manager from February 11 to July 11. Worked with Akash Institute Private Limited as a counselor from October 9 to March 10, and worked with the Bank of America, Gurgaon, as a team manager, as a team member in text chat process from June 2008 to December 2008. Her areas of expertise are all soft skills, especially personality development and communication skills, interview etiquettes, leadership and presentation skills, rapport building, and she has also been engaging sessions on GD and interviews also in our institute. Let me give you a brief about her educational qualification. She is qualified TEFL, कहते हैं इसको? TEFL, TEFL is a short form of teaching English to the foreign as a foreign language. Teaching English as a foreign language. In the morning, Mehta also has done some program which was organized first time in Chandigarh on teaching English as a foreign language. She did this course with A grade, standing first class first from India, and she did it in Thailand. She's international diploma in professional development training course with a research module from Global Training Academy, affiliated with the Pebbles University, America. She has done diploma in guidance and counseling from Punjab University with very high grades, and she is basically a MBA, Masters of Business Administration, with HR specialization from Punjab Technical University, and she's done her Bachelor's of Commerce from Punjab University. And she is fluent in English, Hindi, and Punjabi. Ma'am, you can freely use, a mixed language as long as we are able to reach the audience. We are having 6 centers which are attached with us, and we are having 7 participants live also here in the studio. Thank you so much. And over to Ma'am Konica Mehta ji now.
A very good afternoon to the audience who's present in the studio with me, and to the audience who's connected through net with us. Before starting with the session, it's really, an old-fashioned technique to keep on just starting with the whatever you want to do in a session. Let's just talk about what we are here for. We've been engaging into a session on communication. Now, what is communication? Communication is basically exchange of ideas, information, facts between two people, which can be done either verbally or non-verbally. Verbally, when we talk about communication, there are two types of communication that we do. Orally, when we speak, all right, using words as the major criteria for passing on the information. And when we talk about communication in a written form, we use a kind of language, a kind of format, a structure with which we do it in a planned way. All right. When communication is done verbally or orally, we have various other cues that assist us. They are basically your body language, your posture, your facial expressions, eye contact. Like I am here in the audience can see me. Whatever I do, they can take a knack of it by seeing at my posture, by looking at my eye contact, by where I am speaking with them. But when I am writing something of which I will be accountable and responsible, it is my wholeheartedly practice that I'm putting the words in a correct order. Because somebody who's reading my thoughts will make me accountable for whatever information I'm passing on, right? So communication, as we've talked about, there are 4 types of communication: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Reading constitutes to only 16% of the total communication. Whereas when we talk about listening, it's 45% of the total communication. And speaking, 30%. But written communication, although is just 9% of the total communication, but is a big fire in amongst all of them, all the criteria that we talk about in communication. When we talk about writing communication, we should understand there are 2 types of writing. One, which I do when I am sitting idle. I do it when I'm at my leisure time. I'm doing it when I am passing on an information, whether it's on the social network or whether I am writing something that somebody can read and laugh over, just a joke maybe, or humor. But whenever I write something formally, I am accountable for making people responsible to particular information I'm passing from one department to the other, one person to the other, one institute to the other, and various other ways. All right. Written communication is the one where the use of words, the use of grammar, the use of spellings has to take place in order. I mean, I cannot simply write something I feel like when I am talking in a written form. So that's the reason why we chose one novel over the other from a library. Because I like somebody who writes something in a chronological order, uses very good grammar, and I make that person my companion when I read it. All right. So writing is primarily of basic or very important thing when we talk about communication. All right. Okay. Now let's start with whatever is there in the presentation. Okay. What is the objective of writing skills, or the objective behind taking this session today? To acquire general useful techniques for effective writing, okay? To learn specific skills that apply to all forms of writing. When I'll be talking about writing, I will be talking about formal, informal, both, all right? To utilize easy exercise that can help you in improving writing. I have in my presentation an exercise on grammar, and an exercise where you can boggle your mind and think what you want to think and pen it down, all right? To become familiar with common writing mistakes, I mean, when following an order, when writing something, is it chronological correct? Or even if I'm writing something, is the grammar correct? Is the spelling correct? That I will take up in detail, all right? To gain insights that improve all forms of business writing. Now, business writing, the most important and the most common one is email. I hope we have done emails. Yes, emails is something more than a letter to somebody when I'm writing something which is formally written. Yeah? To develop specific skills to meet unique writing demands. One-line definition of writing, and it's sufficient for telling you what writing is all about. To communicate specific information or ideas utilizing the formats. Now, I've told you, when we are writing something, there has to be an order. Okay, I cannot write the way I want. Then language. Am I writing for an audience who understands English? Am I writing for an audience who understands Hindi? Am I writing for an audience who understands some other language other than English? Okay. Then content. If my purpose of writing is about a social, for example, these days that Modi Sarkar has taken up note bandi, okay? So you know that there has to be an information which has to pass to people that, okay, now 500 notes are available. So make sure my content supports what am I passing over from one platform to another. So that's the weightage of a content. What words have to be put down when we talk about a certain or a specific information. Okay? ABCs of writing. What to be kept in mind when we study or when we talk about writing skills. Writing aims to capture a thought or idea to transfer it to a permanent form or a tangible form. Now, what is the difference between tangible and intangible? What is intangible? Yes, audience. What is intangible?
Tangible is that which can be measured.
Okay.
Which can be comprehended.
Okay. And what about intangible? Yes. So basically writing something, putting my thoughts that's there in my mind to something in a written form, something you can touch and feel. Okay. These responsibilities for that transfer falling squarely on the writer's shoulder. Now, if I've written a word, I will be accountable as author. No one else will take the responsibility. For example, when we read newspaper, there are editorial columns. There are people writing articles. They've had their names written over there. So that means if I have to communicate with them, I can straight away refer to them in their various email IDs. Okay, and I can ask them or seek answers or information from them directly. All right. If communication is the ultimate goal, write for your audience, not for your personal style. Again, audience, like customer is the king. Audience are primarily have to be touched upon through your words. Okay. Next, any idea can be conveyed through writing. If you can think it, you can write it. So it's that easy. I've heard from people saying, writing is very tough. I cannot do that. I get bored while writing texts. I get bored while WhatsApping someone. It's better to call. But if you're writing something, when the thought is there, you can either speak it out or you can write it. But writing is something as a proof you're sending to somebody. So personally, I would suggest that making a call is better than writing too much as a text, okay, because you can be accountable for. Okay, great care is required to ensure. Okay, is this fine? Done? Okay. Great care is required to ensure that your message is accurately interpreted by the audience. If I want to say A, what if my audience got B? No. If I have to say A, they will have to understand it as A. So that's where clarity comes. Communication, clarity, all the C's are important. Okay. Nearly any statement can be shortened while retaining its full content. I do not have to simply write pages because, I'm writing a book. What if a book has just 10, 15 pages? No one will read it. Okay. At least I'll make it 100 plus pages. No. If my material, if my purpose is solved in 15 pages, constrain to that. Be concise, but at the same time, give your full message across. Put it across to the audience that, okay, I am about to, this is about this and I wanted to say this. All right. Now when you start writing, oh my God, when we start writing, we have so many questions in mind. Even if we want to text somebody, okay, ऐसे लिखूं, कहीं उसको कुछ गलत तो नहीं पता चल जाएगा, कहीं ग्रामर मिस्टेक हो गया तो वो कुछ और समझेगा कि मुझे इंग्लिश ही नहीं आती. ऑलराइट, वर्ड्स कौन से यूज करूं? अगर मैं एडवांस्ड करूंगी तो उसको कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं लगेगा कि मैं अपनी इंग्लिश बता रही हूँ कि मुझे इंग्लिश बहुत अच्छी आती है. बट इफ आई राइट सिंपल, मे बी द अदर पर्सन कैन इंटरप्रेट, आता ही नहीं इसको इंग्लिश में लिखना, पता नहीं कहाँ से कॉपी पेस्ट करा है. So when we begin something, there are lots of things that disturb our mind. Now, what is the best way? Whenever you start or initiate something, take a deep breath, start it, okay, I have to do it. This is the goal. I have to reach it. Okay. Now, how will you do that? How do I begin? Of course, with a pen and a paper. Without pen and a paper, I'm not able to put my thoughts into whatever format I want to do it. Okay. Purpose. Why am I writing? Can anybody else write? You can write for me? No, you can't write for me. I have to write my information. I have to pass. If I am the responsible person of conducting a meeting and I'm preparing an agenda, I should know first what is the agenda. Not the other person should come to know before me that this agenda of meeting is coming forward. All right. So I am the one who will be engaging people into a meeting, into a group of discussion. Okay. How do I make my point clear? Again, audience, how will you make your point clear? If I just write something in some symbolic language, or I can use jargons, will my audience understand it? Because every company has its own jargons. Okay, to make a particular audience understand something, come to their level, think that what they can be, they can clearly interpret, and then begin whatever you want to write. Okay, how do you create a logical flow? Okay, first I've initiated. In the middle, I'm writing summary, and then I'm again writing my point, and then the conclusion. Will this come in a flow? No. Have you seen a flow chart moving? It moves from top to the end, even a computer flow chart. All right. So this way, I have to start, initiate, introduction, body, summary, conclusion. This is the logical flow that will come. Okay. And how do I say what I mean? How do I give words to my thoughts? And how will the coffee smell good? It's the same thing. So I have to first initiate, start from the base to whatever message I'm putting forward into the words understandable, and then finally interpreted in a correct manner. Okay. And how do I avoid grammatical errors? Now, these days, when technology is into picture, we have so much grammatical checking softwares. We have spell checks. Although they are deteriorating our learning because everything is spoon-feeded, but still they are there to help us so that we do not sound as a dumb in front of anybody whom we are addressing. All right. How can I make my message brief, concise? How can I write in let's say if I want a paragraph, but I can finish in 2 lines. So why can't you do that? Make your information pass just in 2 lines, not in a content, okay, elaborative content that the person has to engage into. All right. How can I create a visual effect? Now, something written like this, not see it, something written like this will not grab my attention, but something written in a decorated form, in a font which is understandable, a font which is bigger enough to convey the message, use of pen, use of ink. If you're writing it over the net, make sure your content supports what you're trying to say. So there it gives an impact. Okay, this has come from this person. This is the reason when interviewee applies for a job, an applicant applies for a job, only 1 out of 100 is selected. Because my writing of resume, which I'll be talking later on, is not according to what was asked by the company. Clear? So this is the purpose and the way it has to be done. How can you do it? What is the process? 3 steps: planning, writing, control, quality control. How will you plan? When you plan something, keep in mind what are you trying to do, or what are you trying to write? What is the topic? If my topic is, for example, if it's like something which is of a current issue, if something has been like the deal with Japan has been signed on the nuclear energy, and that is my topic, but I do not know anything about it because I have not researched. So I cannot write well. If I know well, I'm well versed with the topic, I've researched it well, I know what was the deal all about, how much will be getting, what can be the use of it, I can write well. Okay. Think about the audience. Now, if I have to tell the rural audience that nuclear energy is coming, I cannot use those big words to make them understand. First, I have to plan the words verbatim according to them, then the language, then the content, and the way it has been passed. So, are you taking the responsibility of conveying the message as you want to the person who's your audience, right? Now, outlining helps organize thoughts. When you're sitting idle, most of us, they are in the habit of intrapersonal communication. I hope you understand intrapersonal communication. And when you talk to yourself, you have so many thoughts coming up. Now, if you have a pen and paper, you can outline your thoughts. So there, when you line the thoughts, you have a pointers ready. You can formulate them from top to bottom. You have done your first step. Second step will be when you've planned, now you start writing. Outline is there, handbook is there. How will you start? You will start by collation of words or thoughts that are there to put your message from one end to the other. Now, if it's something formally, then it has to be done in a format, okay, through a logical flow. But if it's done informally, I can text anybody I feel like, but yes, then at least prepare it here and then text somebody, okay? Inspiration acceptable, but must be carefully reviewed. Okay, oh, I love this author. I will write. I will write like him. Oh, I love this person. I would love to write like him. Oh, I love Mr. Modi. I will try to follow that person's words. But it's not me. I am a unique creation of God. Why can't I value myself to the fact that, okay, I'm writing something for myself and my audience. I am me passing my thoughts to somebody. I'm not copying and pasting it over the net. All right. Now use the interview approach. How do you go for an interview? Interview kahan hai? Kab hai? Kaun le raha hai? Kaise hoga? We have these questions. What, how, and in English. Okay, we have these questions in mind. So when we are writing, keep these questions in mind. क्या लिख रहे हैं हम? क्या वो जरूरी है? क्या मैं ये अलग कर सकता हूँ? या क्या मैं अलग छोड़ सकती हूँ इसको? Whether I can exclude it, I should include it, और facts कुछ डालने हैं कि ऐसे ही चल जाएगा? क्या मेरी ऑडियंस बड़ी इंटेलेक्चुअल है कि मुझे वर्ड्स एडवांस्ड के चाहिए? क्या मेरी ऑडियंस एवरेज है कि मुझे वर्ड्स एवरेज वाले चाहिए? Alright? Or my audience is such that I have to come into their level and make them understand, like small kindergarten students, small children. Okay? For making them understand, I have to bring in pictures, I have to bring in realia, I have to bring in, bubbles with thoughts so that they can match. So I have to take into respect that what age group, what type of people, what is my audience all about, so I will write that. Clear? Quality. How will you control quality? Now, this is not a factory where if something is done, if it's not accepted, you can send it back for, again, production. Written material, you are the one who will be responsible and accountable for. So make sure you read, reread, so that whatever you're passing has value. It has worth to it. Okay? Be critical of your own work. Now, you are your best critics. More than others, you are your best critics. If you've written something and you evaluate on your own, it's the best practice you can do while taking up a written document or taking up a writing skill. Clear? Okay. Business documents. Oh my God, this is something that we all have to do. Whether in a government organization, a private organization, public, anywhere you go, a small office, a CTO office, a transport office, anywhere, documents have to be prepared. Now, what are these documents? These documents are passing on something relevant information or maybe rules and regulation. If I have something that is decided as a law, how will I communicate to my countrymen? It's sole responsibility of me. So I will be accountable for that particular document. Now, business documents, if I have to take decisions, how will my employees understand my decision? Whether they'll be able to interpret it in the same manner as I am. Okay. So what is the document about? Now, there are things you need to put into facts, or there are questions that you need to think about before writing a business document. What is this document about? Now, I'm preparing an agenda of meeting. I'm preparing set of rules for my office. So I have to abide by whatever I'm writing. Then, why has it to come? Maybe I'm seeing people, they are not following the rules. Now, this is the time to put it in writing. Rules of the institute or rules of my organization that nobody should try or even think of going against them. All right? Do's and don'ts, as we call. Who wrote it? If I am the person who's in charge of it, I'm from the administration passing on the message of the director, I will be accountable for one or the other word that I have written in that document. And how it has to be organized, whether I have to send it to every department, to the HODs, to the principals, or whether I just stick it on the notice board and it will pass the message to everybody. For example, if the principal has to communicate to student, they will not go to each and every student and pass something which is an important information. They'll simply stick on the notice board, and every student will read it and understand it. So that's the way written communication works. What it is trying to accomplish. Now, what is the end result of writing something? Are the people following your rules and guidelines? Or they're still not following that? Then you have to take a strict action. Okay? What supports the conclusion? Now, if they have understood, okay, this has to be done in this organization. For example, there's a dress code in an organization, and you have to wear that formals daily. So daily means daily. It doesn't mean that I can, okay, Saturdays are weekends. I can go in my casuals. Bolne de jo bol raha hai. I cannot do that. All right. What problem or opportunity does it address? So if the problem is nobody's following the rules, so I'll make sure that everybody starts from that day onwards. From the day I have put it across the message to the concerned people. All right. Spellings and grammars. Now, spell checks are there, but still there are softwares or there are computers. At the time of writing, there is no spell check working. What will you do? If you have a mobile phone, you can check the spellings in Google if you have a net connection, or you can try to by heart some of the spellings. I'm not saying that become an encyclopedia over the night, but try to remember the words you use off and on. Or maybe you're using it daily. So try to remember those words, the spellings. It is important in all business communication to use proper, correct spellings. Now, if you have seen, there have been certain movies in Bollywood which have taken up this issue, or they were recently there in Facebook. There were banners, hoardings with messages in wrong spellings. So instead of saying something, they were saying something else, which was hilarious. So it altogether changes the meaning of the content. Clear? What you write and how you write could reflect a negative image. How much positive you are, your tone of writing shows. Now, tone is not only there in spoken communication, it's there in the written as well. Tonality. Are you aggressive enough in writing? Are you polite? Are you calmed, composed? So it all depends the way your tone. Have you seen an ECG machine? If it goes like this, flat, the person is dead. But it's moving like this. So English is a rhythmic language. If you give this as a graph, people will love to read your content. Okay? Sloppy and poorly written communication could be perceived as lack of care. Sloppy means careless writing. कुछ भी लिख दिया क्या है सरकारी तो है लिख दो एक लाइन साइन मारो जी साइन मार दो. I recently went to a government organization. I will not name it, and I had to give a written application. So, मैडम जी आप एक लाइन लिख दो, साइन मार देंगे, बाबूजी से हम करा देंगे. मैंने कहा सर पर लिखना क्या है? आप कुछ भी लिख दो, उनको कौन सा इंग्लिश आ रही है अच्छे से, आप लिख दो. तो उन्होंने लिखवा के साइन करवा लिया. I could have written something else, but so that's where it lacks. That's where the importance of communication and such sessions come up. All right. Now, proofread communication before sending. फटाफट ईमेल किया, हाँ सेंड, काम खत्म. हाँ मैंने क्या लिख दिया बाद में. What will you do? How many people will you apologize? Sorry, मेरी गलती है. And if you're sending that CC BC to so many people, will you call everybody and say नहीं वो मतलब नहीं था मेरा मतलब कुछ और था. So it changes the entire purpose of sending it. Okay. Spell and grammar check if available. If not available, cross check somewhere else, but do not make a blunder. All right. Make sure to have subject, verb, and tense agreement. I mean, it is very important what time you're writing. Present tense, past tense, future tense. The entire content has to pass in the same tense. Whom are you writing to? What is the purpose? And what action words are you using? So they should be in coordination, not this way. Okay. Ensure proper word usage. Now there are homonyms. If you've heard about homonyms, the words that sound same but have different meanings. For example, male and male, MAIL, MLE. All together change ही हो जाएगा. मैं तो किसी को मेल कर दिया, MALE कर दिया. ठीक है. और मैंने किसी को एक्सेप्टेंस देनी थी पर एक्सेप्टेंस दे दी, EX वाला दे दिया. क्या होगा? मैंने तो एक्सेप्ट करना था, वो चला गया. ओ गॉड, ऐसे हो जाएगा. ठीक है. मैंने किसी से कुछ लेना था और अपने आप में बांटना था 2 जनों में, बट मैंने अमंग यूज कर दिया बिटवीन की जगह. तो 2 जनों में अमंग कैसे होगा? 2 जनों में तो बिटवीन ही लगेगा ना प्रेपोजिशन. ठीक है. मैंने कैन यूज करा, मे नहीं करा. मुझे पोलाइट चीजें नहीं पसंद. मे आई कम इन मैडम, वो आजकल शो भी आ रहा है मे आई कम इन मैडम. ठीक है. तो मे आई कम इन की बजाय मैंने कैन आई कम इन बोल दिया. वो तो गुस्सा होगी मेरे से. ठीक है. फिर अच्छा मैंने यूज करना था शैल, पर कर दिया विल. आई विल डू इट. अब मैंने तो यार पंगा ले लिया. विल कह दिया मैंने. विल मतलब मैं तो करूंगा ही, बट मेरा तो मूड नहीं था, मैंने तो ऐसे ही कर दिया था लाइमलाइट में आने के लिए. ठीक है. So there you have to think and then you have to do it. All right. Now comes an exercise for all the participants who are there connected with me and the audience. There's an exercise coming on grammar. 15 sentences, 5 minutes, and your time starts now. Right. Give the answers that you feel are correct. All right. And it's 3 or 250. We'll end up by 2:55. All right. Let's start. Two and a half minutes for each slide. I think there is, because the way I sit. इसको पेन नहीं आ सकता पता नहीं क्या. Done? All right, moving to the next slide. Here comes the next slide. Done? All right, check your answers. And I would like to see what all institutes have 15 out of 15. Please raise your hands and I will see and we'll clap for that institute. Okay? All right, here are the answers. Please check and be true to it. No cheating. Okay, good. All right, let's see the institutes. Please raise your hand if you've got 15 out of 15.
Third day का question सी दिखाओ.
Can we put one by one Delhi?
Okay. What college is it?
Delhi, ma'am, it's one.
Okay, Delhi College, please raise your hand if you've got 15 out of 15. 15 out of 15.
You can ask who has got security in Delhi.
Okay, who's got 15 out of 15 in Delhi? Please raise your hand. And how many?
Or 14 maybe.
Or 14 out of 15. Okay, only one. That's it? Yes, I've seen. Okay, what? Only one from Delhi College. Just participant got 15 out of 15. Okay. Yes, let's move to the other institute.
Chaudhary Devi Khan. Sirsa.
Okay, Sirsa. How many? Please raise your hand who got 15 out of 15. Very good. Good, good. And 14 out of 15? 14 out of 15. Yes, I can see faces. Good. Okay, next.
Cordia Institute.
Where is it?
Feroz.
Okay, Firozpur. How many of you got 15 out of 15? Fatehgarh, sorry. Fatehgarh. 15 out of 15? 1, 2. बड़ी टाइम लगा रहे हैं सोचने में. 3. Okay, 4. हाँ जी दिख गया. Okay, 14 out of 15. 14 out of 15. किसी के नहीं आए? All right. Okay, next. Which college?
City Polytechnic.
City Polytechnic College. 15 out of 15. Raise your hand. Very good. I can see. अपना बीच में हाथ थोड़ा साइड करे. हाँ जी. Very good. Good. दो हाथ मत खड़े करना, ठीक है? Okay. और कोई? और भी है? मैम और कोई? Okay, मैम ऑडियंस दिखाएंगे अब आप. ऑडियंस 15 out of 15. मैम वो कैमरा करोगे रोल? नहीं जाएगा. Okay. Okay, audience 15 out of 15. Okay, 14 out of 15. So we have 3 from the audience out of 7 who've scored 14 out of 15. So today the winner is City Polytechnic College. Please clap for them, everybody. Very good. Good job. But दो हाथ मत खड़े करना. Okay. All right. That's great. And it was a nice bomber exercise of grammar. Okay. Now moving ahead. Types of written communication. How many types can we write? Okay. Formally, of course. We can write letters. We can write memos. We can write minutes of the meeting. We can write reports when we make reports. Then we can write feasible studies. Okay. Emails, electronic mails. Then web-based documents that has to be sent online. Instructions. If I have to give somebody some instruction, it's better to write down because maybe they can understand in a different tone when I'm speaking. Questionnaires and surveys. If I have to know that I have launched a product, is it common among the masses? So this is the best way I can do it. Then promotional material. Oh, I'm coming up with a new idea. How will I come to know my idea is good? With the help of these promotional materials. Employment contract. If I'm hiring somebody, what offer letter or appointment letter should contain in writing that the person can even sue me for that? So I have to make my pointers really clear. And other documents, write your cover letters or other letters that you write department-wise, interdepartment-wise, organization-wise, so they are all different. Okay. We'll start with, I'll be covering emails. I will be covering cover letter.
You forgot to mention about the stories, novels.
Yes. While talking about types of written communication, we can also include stories. We can also include articles. We can also include letters to the editors. We can also include novels written by the authors, different authors for different subjects. So everything that comes, it comes under written communication. Okay. Now emails. Emails is one of the convenient and the easiest method of passing on some information or even seeking some information from somebody, because it's done electronically and it's super fast. Then you send it by post or okay. Email is now the dominant method of communicating in business.
And in many cases, especially for the technical students, they have written essays.
Yes.
If they are going to seek admission in university or a foreign university or college, even in India also, they have to write down the essay.
Yes, sir, but I'll be talking about that in yes, these are only the formal ones. Yes. Okay. Email is now the dominant method of communicating in business because for everything we need to, when we need to communicate, email is one method with which I can instantly at a time and very quickly and easily. Convenient for communication, and it's convenient because it can reach people in different places at the same time. Many people, different places, but at the same time. I can write them in CC, I can write them in BCC, the various email addresses I want to write, and so that I can reach those people easily. Then convenient, it's easier to communicate with people who understand written English but do not speak it well. For example, if I want to address somebody in Germany, maybe the person is not comfortable in speaking the language but can understand written English. So this way I can communicate with them. If I buy something from eBay or Amazon these days, if you take a product from abroad, they might not understand your accent, because Indian accent is totally different from theirs. So it's the best way to write an email for certain issue or something you want to change, something you want to know about the product, the features and everything. So this is one way you can communicate. Okay. Excellent mechanism for follow-up or action items after a meeting. Now, email has one thing known as threads. If I have sent something to one address and I keep on chatting with that person again and again, keep on writing emails to that particular person, I can see what's there as a continuous communication, and I can refer to it whenever I want. So these are known as threads. एक ही टाइम पे आप सबका पढ़ सकते हैं, या किसी ने भी उससे relevant कुछ लिखा होगा, you can find it down using those threads. Clear? Messages can be saved and retrieved easily. Unless and until you delete an email from your account, it will remain there. For example, Yahoo, Gmail, Hotmail, they can retain messages for quite a longer time. And whenever you seek certain information, you can check any day you want, just if you know the date or the time it has been sent. Okay? Email is often sent out without rereading, and proofreading and other standards apply to it. We press the send button. That's what I was talking about. बड़ी जल्दी होती है हमें send button दबाने की. Email भेज रहे हैं, we're writing the letter to somebody, फटाफट काम खत्म, and then we close the laptop. Do not do that. Please check whatever you're sending. Is there any spelling mistake? Grammatically, is it correct? Is it solving the purpose of writing the email? Whether it's an order, whether I've written the correct salutation. अगर salutation भी गलत हो जाती है ना, people can, sometimes if you by mistake write some miss, even if the lady is married, will not like to address herself Mrs. So that's the reason we write MS, not MRS. So अगर आपने गलती से लिख भी दिया, maybe she can get hyper on that. So please take care of each and everything when you're writing. Yes, common mistake as addressed by sir. Attachment भेज रहे हैं, attachment तो गई नहीं. And the person is keep on, he's looking at where is the attachment. So please make sure you read, reread, and proofread. Rereading is once I've written and I go through it in a leisure way. Okay, एक बार देख लिया, ठीक लिखा है, वो rereading हो गया. Proofreading is अच्छे से देखा, मतलब एक एक चीज पढ़ी कि कहीं कुछ कहाँ गलती है, अगर ठीक है तो मैं अभी ठीक कर लूं भेजने से पहले. That's why do not press the send button so quickly.
जिस तरह मतलब hard copy करके check करने के लिए.
Right. For like in an orthodox manner, if we say, or in previous times when we used to use lots of paper, कुछ भी हम लिखते थे पहले निकालते थे, फिर लिखते थे, and paper. If you've seen in Hindi movies, love letter लिखना है, पहली लाइन ही नहीं आ रही love letter लिखने की, ये नहीं अच्छा, ये भी नहीं अच्छा, वो भी नहीं अच्छा. So this is technology has taken over this. Now you can do it there and then by using your cut and various other keys. Yes. बिल्कुल सही है. Love letter लिखनी है तो ज़्यादा proofreading चाहिए.
I think the difference between rereading and proofreading, ma'am, I can.
Yes, sir, please.
Wrong. In rereading, we are reading the thing which we have written.
Yes.
In proofreading, suppose somebody else is writing what you have asked him or her to write, then you proofread that whether the original tha, is it matching with that or not. Proofread we used to do that.
Yes, for documents.
Book likhi koi bhi,
हाँ जी.
book का मैंने कोई net लिखा, then I give it to typist.
हम्म.
So he has written type कर दिया उसने,
बिल्कुल,
और कर दिया, and then I will try to match it with the proofread. There is the same which he has typed.
Proofreading, sir, exactly is just when your document is pretty ready. Rereading is, ma'am, we do the initial draft.
Right. Yes.
And we go for the additional deletion, and we can add on something.
Right.
We can delete what we have already.
Yeah.
So when that is actually the rereading is done to properly organize the document.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That whatever I've written, yes.
And proofreading is when your document is
Ready.
When your
Yes.
draft is actually ready.
When you have
And
handed
it is
something,
ready for the
or you have
submission.
dictated somebody, and then you want to say ये match कर रहा है.
Okay. Yes, as input by the audience, rereading is when you are writing something, you reading it, what can be added and what can be deleted. Whereas proofreading is once you've written everything before sending, or maybe if you're seeing somebody else's document and you're matching it with the previous information, so there it is proofreading. Okay. Emails can be forwarded and sent to others without your approval or knowledge. Now, if somebody knows my email address, what if somebody sends email from my address? So there are chances of misusing the emails. So make sure if you've made an official email address, make sure you're writing the email yourself, not telling the other person to write the email from your address to somebody. Because the person who's receiving your email will not come to know that who has sent it, because he's not directly seeing that person. So make sure if you're using an email ID, you are sending your information by yourself, not by you're not telling other person to write an email for you and sending it. Maybe the person can misuse your email ID. All right. Many users do not realize the potential outcome of what is being sent through emails. So once I have written, sometimes I'm in a hurry. Maybe I didn't get time to check it, but I've already sent it. So there, if you found something which was sent unknowingly, make sure you send another email correcting it. Yes, with clarification. But it has not to be done in a regular practice. This can be done once or twice, max, but not regularly. ऐसा नहीं कि हर बार गलती करो, हर बार apology और clarification साथ जा रही है. Please do not do that. Okay. Business email should be concise and to the point. If I have to say something, if it finishes in one line, finish it in one line. Do not write a story, because storytelling is different from writing a letter, an email, basically. All right. The language used in business emails should not be overly informal. If I'm writing an email, of course, it would be my friend even, but there has to be a decorum. I cannot use words I want. I cannot use language as I want. I cannot use content the way I feel. So it has to follow in a way that the person understands and interprets in the correct manner. Okay. Email manners. Now, what are email manners or etiquette? Something that you should understand and follow. Number one, always include a subject or email. I mean, give your email a title. बिना टाइटल के चला गया वो बेचारा ढूंढता रह जाएगा किस लिए लिखा ईमेल.
And it is easy to follow the threads.
Yes, and it is also to follow the threads. Yes, if the subject is there, the person will come to know कि इस बारे में बात हुई थी, इसी का रेफरेंस आया और इसी की ईमेल आई मेरे को, तो मैं और कुछ देखना है तो इसकी threads I can follow. Clear? Avoid the ready aim fire approach. Sent, gone. ऐसे नहीं करना. Take time. Even if the boss has ordered you to send an email in 10 minutes, so think for 7 minutes, because 3 minutes बहुत होते हैं send का button दबाने के लिए. ठीक है? तो for ratio, maintain that ratio. All right. Avoid flaming. Oh. I can miss so many things, so many important things while sending it like that. Don't be too casual. लिख दिया और कुछ भी लिख दो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, ईमेल ही तो भेजनी है. Now you don't know where that email ends up in too. Okay, because if you've seen a department like CIDs and police department, a small email by anybody can be gauged from different point of views. So whenever you're writing something in writing, be very careful. Okay, because it's sent from your address, not from the other person's address. So do not let anybody write from your address. Okay, then consider if email is the appropriate tool. Okay, बंदा तुम्हारे साथ बैठा है, मैं तेरे को email भेज रहा हूँ, check कर ले. Can you do that? Unless and until it's required under the procedure or the guidelines of the company कि सबको email से inform करना है. But if the person is sitting next to you, I can use other means also to inform that person. For example, there's a party, there's a social gathering, and I have to invite everybody. तो मैं उसको बोल नहीं सकती मेरे साथ जो बैठा है, please, you're invited to this is the invitation for the party, rather than sending email. And even if I'm using the formal way, I can use informal way at the same time also. So I have to be smart enough in knowing what mode am I sending my message across. Okay, make one point per email. एक ही email भेज देता हूँ, सारे उसमें ही cover कर दूंगा, ये भी, वो बंदा पागल हो जाएगा. I mean, it is very difficult. So that's why there is the word written there is subject, not objects. ऐसे नहीं डाला उधर. एक time पे एक काम is important. Okay. If I'm sending email for one purpose, if leave application, साथ में ना मैं अपनी salary की बात कर लेता हूँ. Leave application, comma salary. Oh, incentive last month. Incentive, comma incentive. Now the person will not come to know कि इसको छुट्टी चाहिए थी. उसको था कि पैसे मिले फिर छुट्टी ले लूं. ठीक है? So that way it can be misinterpreted. All right? Then make the font size user friendly. अब इतना बड़ा कि 2 pages में आ गया, कोई फायदा है उसका? Readable font size and Times New Roman is what we follow, rather than italics and any other font that's available. Okay? At the max you can use Arial. But Times New Roman, 14 to 16 font size is enough for an email in the body. All right. So make sure you write it accordingly. Don't use all the upper cases and lower cases. All body in capital letters. कैसा लगेगा वो email? सब कुछ ही capital. So make sure just the first letter are capital, names are capital. And anything which is you highlighting something, for example, if this is the session communication skills, so I can write C capital, S capital at the most. Okay. Yes. Basically we follow Times New Roman and Arial, which is common. Otherwise baki fancy to bahut sare hain, and that will be confusing also. All right. And any information which you need to highlight, you can highlight it, underline it. But sab kuch hi underline nahi kar sakte. Yes. Think before writing. Okay. Email, this is the way it will come. If you want, you can copy it. Starting an email. Greeting. Now, if I can use the board, can I use the board? Okay. If I can use the board, there are 2 ways I can address in an email. I will just tell you. I can either write. Yes. If I'm writing an email, greeting, कैसे होगा? First, in English, we follow which trend? Left hand side. Everything to the left. No zigzag form. No more zigzag form. All right. So we can either write. Okay. We can either write respected sir or ma'am. Earlier we used to write madam. Now this is the recent format of writing ma'am. All right. You can write respected sir, ma'am, if you do not know the name of the person you're writing the email to. But if you know the name of the person, simply write respected Mr. and the last name. Mr. Sharma, Mr. Verma, Mr. Mehta, Mr. Mittal, Miss Mittal. Never write MRS to any lady. Any lady married, do not write MRS, simply write MS. Clear? Respected, if you think you cannot write dear, but nowadays if you see American emails or anywhere across the country, they have started following, even corporates, they write dear and then whatever salutation you want to write. So clear? So whatever salutation, greeting, I cannot write hi, hello, hi, unless and until it's informal. I will straight away start with whatever I'm seeking from that email.
And what about abbreviations, ma'am, or the initials like your written list? So, is it okay to make R in capital, or is it to be kept in small cases?
MR,
Yeah.
this is small. I write it this
I
way.
guess
Sorry.
it has to be small.
Yes, it is small. I'm sorry, I write it this way. My mistake.
And what about punctuations in greeting?
Greet when you're writing good morning, good afternoon, or whatever time you're addressing that person as, you can use an exclamation mark there as if it's an informal email. All right.
And what about if this is a formal and I'm greeting some, suppose I'm writing an application to my director,
Mm-hmm.
okay, regarding my survey or my experience certificate, so respected sir.
Mm-hmm.
In that particular case, can I use punctuation mark, comma?
Comma. Yes, comma you can use, but where you're writing an informal email, you can also use exclamation mark. Hi, you can use an exclamation mark there. Good morning, comma. Okay, I would like to seek information.
She is asking about after respected sir के बाद
Okay, respected sir के बाद कोई punctuation mark नहीं है.
Greeting में there is no punctuation.
नहीं, salutation ma'am. Salutation में कोई. Yes, you talking about greeting. That's why I got confused.
Okay, no, sorry, this is salutation.
This is salutation. Yes, salutation में there should be no punctuation.
No punctuation.
Respected sir, bus. Respected Mr. Verma, that's it. Respected Miss whatever. Dear sir, dear mom, but no punctuation.
And what about the intent, ma'am, that we leave at the beginning of any
In
sentence?
the email there is no intent.
If there is no intent.
The previous part that we used? No, not in.
Left hand जगह छोड़ दिया.
No, not in.
The margin on the left hand.
No, that's not there. No, it's not there. Okay. So I just wanted to discuss about salutation because most of the problem comes in email is of salutation. Okay, greeting, we all know how to start an email. We know how to start a letter. But यही में गड़बड़ हो जाता है. And commas and punctuation marks, even if in the letter you're writing, the punctuation marks have been excluded in English language now. Most of them. Nowhere when you're addressing somebody, you're writing somebody's address, तब भी commas नहीं use होता. Okay, so when we are talking about email, or you're talking about starting an email, when you talk about salutation, make sure no punctuation marks have to be put on that. Then opening sentence. If you are thanking someone, you can straight away start from thank you. Thank you for whatever somebody has obliged you with. Okay, if you want to say something, so this is to say, or in reference to what I was trying to say, or with due respect, I want to say that. If you really want to give more, if this person is really of the seniority level, you can show the respect by using the correct words. But I have seen leave applications, people write like, I beg to say. Why do you have to beg to say something? Leave is given, it's on the person to give you a leave or not. But for that, you need not to beg on them. All right. So simply start, or the latest format of leave application, as it says, like the body, I'm just talking about body. You can straight away start from kindly give me one day's leave as I'm not feeling well. That's it. 2 lines and your leave application is complete. Whatever designation, whatever name you want to write, you can put it in the end. Similarly, it goes for email. Whenever you're sending an email, body should be concise in the point and it should meet the purpose. And whatever subject you're writing, your subject should tell the person that what you're talking about. Okay, you need not elaborate everything. Okay, then if you're closing an email, make sure if you're seeking some help, seeking some information, so you write as a closing statement, I look forward to hear from you. Or you can contact me anytime from this to the, if it's an interview. So you can write what time you're available in a closing statement. All right. And feel free to drop me a line. Feel free to talk to me anytime. I'm hoping for a favorable response. So these can come in a ending statement or where you end an email. Okay. Then last part of the email, like the beginning is important, the salutation is important, ending is also important. So yours sincerely is no more with apostrophe S. You simply write YOURS, not with apostrophe S. Sincerely, if you are writing an email to your boss or somebody you're really sincere towards, I mean, you're showing your respect in the form of yours sincerely. All right. Then if it's somebody you're writing as a letter for thanking someone, you can also use regards. The latest trend says if you're writing regards, it's sufficient. Regards, your name and your designation. It can end like that also. All right. And maybe if you're giving a personal touch towards your end, you can always say, take care of yourself, take rest. If you send an email for somebody you're concerned about, you can give a warm ending also. Clear with it? All right. Now next I'll be talking about two very important letters. One, cover letter, other, official letter, which I have not written it here. I've mentioned in my presentation only the cover letter, but I will also talk about official letter. Now, what is cover letter? The word itself says something which covers. Like clothes are important for body, similarly, a cover letter is important for a document which has weightage. Generally, it's sent with resume. And it gives an impression to the other person that how organized you are in selling yourself. Because what are you doing? With the resume document, you are trying to sell yourself in a market to the person who's gauging, okay, who is the best fit for me. And you are among the 100 applicants, but only one gets selected out of 100. Reason? Others don't know how to put their message forward. Okay, so cover letters are made in a way to let the person read what you're trying to say. If it's effective, he will go through your resume. If it's not, then the big dustbin over there will take care of it. All right. So look for a job posting or advertisement in which you are interested and be sure you're generally competent. Now, if I know in an organization, they want this as their criteria, this is the eligibility, and I'm not matching, will I send a cover letter and resume to them? No. It's understood they will not hire me. So I have to make it, it's important to understand that I am sending this to this person and I am a best fit for it. I think I am a best fit for it. Now that person has to decide. All right. First impression is the last impression. It goes physically, it goes anywhere you go. You're judged by the person the moment that person sees you. Now, in a cover letter, he's not seeing you personally yet. You're just sending the document. Now, that's the face of you. You're sending it across to the employer to make up an impression. Okay, this person is what I'm looking for. All right. So match the letterhead design and paper you will use for your resume with your application. I mean, if you're sending your resume in A4 size sheet, make sure your cover letter in A4 size sheet. And no colored paper is required. A simple white paper is enough to suffice for what forward. Only the words will matter. Clear? Skip the salutation if you don't recognize the name of the individual who may be interviewing your resume. See, if you've got a call, and it's good if you ask that person, whom should I address the letter to? If you come to know the name, good enough. If you do not know the name, you can simply write sir, ma'am. And if you still are not aware, you can write sir, post of email. These are 3 ways you can write your salutation. Okay. Get the reader's consideration immediately. Make him or her want to continue reading. Now, your cover letter should be so attractive that he keeps on reading about you. He wants to know more about you, more. So that you'll do with the help of using the correct words and the correct format. Okay. Point out within the first paragraph that you discovered the position, opportunity, and reason why you are interested in. Now, cover letter always begins that I came to know from Times of India, dated this, that this is a vacancy, and I would like to apply for this thing. So you've shown your interest, and you've also shown that person, okay, you came to know from this particular area. All right. Set up an expert image within the second and third paragraph by highlighting your most significant achievements and skill. I'm a hard worker and I'm a punctual person. Everybody will say that. But if you say I'm a diligent and loyal colleague or loyal employee, that makes an impression. So your choice of words, you highlighting your skills in the second and the third paragraph are most important of the cover letter. Okay. Explain what you could contribute to the employer's company rather than what the employer can give you in return. आप क्या कर सकते हो उनकी कंपनी के लिए कवर लेटर में वो हाईलाइट करो. I'm energetic. I'm goal oriented. I'm passionate. I have zeal for living. So these are some things you can include in your cover letter. Clear? Remind the reader within the last paragraph that your resumer may be further explained. It will explain further, which is not there in the cover letter. You can see it in my resume. So make sure that person continues reading. Okay. For example, in a cover letter, you can write your last line as, for further information, my resume is attached. When you send your email, it's attached. And when you give it handy, it's there sticked with that particular document. Okay. Attachment kab jati hai? Email mein. All right. Then things to remember in a cover letter. Close your letter by informing the reader that you simply look forward to hear from the company. Job chahiye? Main to wahi chahiye. Last line mein kya likhoge? Hoping for a favorable response. I would love to hear from you. क्योंकि open-ended questions जो होते हैं उनका आंसर मिल जाता है. Closed-ended question कौन से होते हैं जिसमें yes और no. आपको पसंद आया? हाँ ना. ये ठीक था? हाँ ना. बट हमें वो नहीं चाहिए. हमें उसका क्या चाहिए? Response. तो हम open-ended question से खत्म करेंगे. ठीक है? ताकि और कुछ आए उसकी तरफ से. Alright? Double check your document for spelling and grammar. Written में grammar and spellings बार. ठीक है? Print your own letter using a good printer. If you're giving it handy, inkjet technology ऊपर आ गई है printer की. उसमें laser technology जो use होती है, फटाफट print निकल जाता है. And it's the most effective way. You can, अब हैंड रिटन मैं किसी को कवर लेटर बना के ऐसे भेज दूं, ये कौन पढ़ेगा? Will you read it? No. Similarly, if I've written something in a printed way, everybody would at least read for once. So that's the difference. Okay. Format of a cover letter. Now this is an application cover letter where you're applying for a post. So you can use it for your students and tell them how you can write an application cover letter. सिर्फ जॉब के लिए नहीं यूज हो सकता, इसका कोर्स के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल MBAs एंड ऑल, जिधर लेटर आपको पहले भेजनी होती है एज एन एस्पिरेंट, so you can send it there also. Bullseye में you can send it like that. Okay. First comes your name, your address. अब name के आगे NEME नहीं लिखना, सीधा शुरू होना है. For example, my name is Konica, so I'll straight away write with Konica. Address ABC, sector this, Chandigarh. पिन कोड इज इंपॉर्टेंट. कोई भी लेटर बिना पिन कोड के इधर उधर जा सकती है, तो अपने लिए भी कल को उसका रिप्लाई अगर आपको आता है, मेक श्योर यू गिव अ पिन कोड ताकि सही जगह पे आए. ऑलराइट. योर फोन नंबर. नाउ इंटरनेशनल कोड फॉर इंडिया इज +91, so +91 dash your mobile number. Okay. Email address, guy on demand, cool dude on demand. ऐसे भेजोगे? No. Write a professional email ID which contains your name, at the most your birth date. So that is on Gmail, it's preferable, but you can also make it on Hotmail and various other. But if you have it in Gmail, that's preferred the most. Tell your students Gmail में एक professional ID बना के रख लो for professional communication. Okay. Date. 2 ways of writing date. One, 24th December, 2016. And American way क्या है? December 24, 2016. दोनों में से कोई भी लिख दो. पर जब हम December 24 लिखेंगे तो December 24th नहीं लिखेंगे. ठीक है, वो 24 December होगा, but December 24th नहीं होगा. तो December 24, 2016. Okay. Now employer information.
अक्सर डेट है पर ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੀਐਚ ਜਾਂ ਐਨਡੀ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦੀ 24 December 24 December 2016 ऐसे लिखते हैं.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी. If you're writing in a way 24th या 22nd December, 2016. बट हम जब मंथ पहले लिखेंगे अमेरिकन फॉर्मेट के अकॉर्डिंग, जब मंथ पहले आता है तब टीएच और एनडी लिखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. ठीक है, तो वो हम नहीं लिखेंगे. एम्प्लॉयर कॉन्टैक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन, द नेम, द टाइटल, द डेजिग्नेशन. किसको लिख रहे हो आप? मैनेजर है, डेप्यूटी मैनेजर है, डायरेक्टर है, कॉर्पोरेट का कौन सी पोस्ट में वो बंदा है, तो उसकी डेजिग्नेशन. कंपनी कौन सी है? एचडीएफसी बैंक है या आईसीआईसीआई है या कहाँ आप अप्लाई कर रहे हो, तो उस कंपनी का क्या एड्रेस. एड्रेस अगेन विद पिन कोड. बिना पिन कोड कोई एड्रेस नहीं लिखना. Okay. Then comes applying for the post of dash. Application for the post of dash. बस सब्जेक्ट में पोस्ट के लिए आप अप्लाई कर रहे हो. आप अपने बच्चों को बताओगे कि जब सब्जेक्ट लिखते हैं उसमें 5-6 वर्ड से ज्यादा की जरूरत नहीं होती. एक लाइन से अगर सेकेंड लाइन पहुंच गया बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है. सब्जेक्ट में एप्लीकेशन फॉर द पोस्ट ऑफ ये, बस टू द पॉइंट. ठीक है, तो वो आप उतना ही मेंटेन करेंगे. अगेन सैल्यूटेशन, डियर मिस्टर, मिस, लास्ट नेम. देन कम्स बॉडी ऑफ द कवर लेटर. अब बॉडी भी इसकी ना 3-4 पैराग्राफ्स है कवर लेटर में. फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ में आपने लिखना है आपको कहां से पता चली कि जॉब है. सेकंड में आप इंटरेस्टेड हो तो क्यों इंटरेस्टेड हो, ऐसा क्या है आप में जो बाकियों में नहीं है, हाईलाइट करना है. थर्ड पैराग्राफ में क्लोजिंग से पहले उसको ये बताना है कि मैंने साथ में रेज्यूमे भी लगाया है और मेरा सारी इंफॉर्मेशन जो इसमें नहीं है वो सारी उसमें है. प्लीज चेक माय रेज्यूमे फॉर योर काइंड पर्सनल. एक बार देख लेना मेरा रेज्यूमे. एंड देन आई एम अवेलेबल फ्रॉम दिस टाइम टू दिस टाइम. यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट मी होपिंग फॉर अ फेवरेबल रिस्पॉन्स. पे खत्म कर देना. बट ये लाइन मत लिखना थैंक यू फॉर टाइम एंड कंसिडरेशन, ये मत लिखना प्लीज. कई कहते हैं कि ये लिखना चाहिए बट ये नहीं लिखना चाहिए क्योंकि उसकी टोनैलिटी पोलाइट नहीं है. थैंक यू फॉर योर टाइम एंड कंसिडरेशन, इट्स काइंड ऑफ वेरी रूड. तो लाइन खत्म करो जहां पे वो अपने आप आपको आंसर बैक करे. ऑलराइट, देन कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री क्लोज. यस, थैंक यू, रिगार्ड्स, योर सिंसियरली, howsoever you want to close it. सिग्नेचर कैसे करते हैं? पहले अपना ब्रैकेट में फुल नेम लिखो, उसके ऊपर साइन होता है, नीचे नहीं साइन होता. हाँ जी, बिल्कुल. आप जब अपना क्लोज करोगे, नेम और उसके बीच में जगह छोड़ना, उसमें नाम के ऊपर आपका सिग्नेचर आता है, नाम के नीचे सिग्नेचर नहीं आता. क्लियर? क्लियर विद द कवर लेटर? ओके, नाउ लेट्स गो टू द बोर्ड अगेन.
साइन के साथ डेट भी पानी.
डेट आपने ऊपर लिख दी तो आप दोबारा डेट नहीं लिखेंगे. जब हमने ऊपर सब्जेक्ट से पहले डेट लिख चुके हैं आप दोबारा डेट नहीं लिखोगे. ओके, नहीं, साइन के साथ आप दोबारा नहीं डेट डालेंगे. ठीक है. ओके, कमिंग बैक टू द बोर्ड, because I have not written the format of official letter, because I wanted to give it right here. Okay.
Just one clarification. The cover letter that is basically for resume, and also sometimes some information you want to send somebody.
Yes.
As attachments.
Yes.
कोई फॉर्म भेजने आपने कुछ भी भेजना है उसके लिए भी कवर लेटर सिमिलर कर.
Similar, yes. When you are writing in a letter and there is something more to it, and you want that person to at least read it, तब आप कवर लेटर भेजते हैं। खाली अगर किसी को आप अपना रेज्यूमे भी पकड़ा देंगे ना, उसको शायद याद नहीं रहेगा। But
Also,
अगर आप
also if we are to send some document or thesis, that's what.
हाँ,
documents, then also you have to edit over that.
राइट, जैसे आप ईमेल, अब आप ईमेल करने लग गए, पहले हैंड टू हैंड कम्युनिकेशन होता था, हम जाके किसी को पकड़ा के आते थे। खाली रेज्यूमे पकड़ा दिया तो शायद वो एक बार ना पढ़े, बट अगर कोई अच्छी सी लेटर लिखी होती थी तो हम एक बार पढ़ तो लेते थे खुद भी। अगर आप पर्सनली, इफ यू टेक इट ऑन योरसेल्फ, इवन इफ somebody has used greater words or they have used words very nicely and they have formatted something, तो एक yes, yes, here you simply send it back, उसको कुछ पता चलेगा। आप क्या करते हो, 2-4 लाइनें तो लिखते हो कि मैं ये भेज रहा हूँ, प्लीज चेक कर लें।
That is complete.
If you are sending a questionnaire,
Yes,
covering letter with it, you have to remember.
yes, even questionnaires and there are various other documents of which,
anything.
yes, of which you want the other person पढ़े, वरना कोई सिंपल नंबर पे अगर कुछ लिख के दे देगा, शायद हम ना भी पढ़े। Okay, okay, now letter, cover letter, you've got it. Now official letter कैसे लिखते हैं? A4 size paper, if you know that. Font is important. Towards the left of the paper, you start with first your address. Okay, sender's name and address. पहले मैं अपना sender का sender address और sender का नाम, पहले मैं अपनी information दूंगा। पहले मैंने business letter में अपनी information देनी। फिर मैंने क्या लिखना है, डेट। अगेन आज क्या डेट है, 6 दिसंबर, 2016, या तो ऐसे लिखूं या दिसंबर 6, 2016। ये अमेरिकन है, ये हमारा जो हम फॉलो करते हैं फॉर्मेट, ये वो अमेरिकन में मंथ पहले आता है। क्लियर? देन यू लीव अ लाइन, यू राइट द पर्सन यू आर सेंडिंग इट। अब मैंने एडिटर को कुछ लिखना है, आर्टिकल भेज रही हूँ मैं अपना, मैंने एडिटर को लिखना है, द एडिटर, पहले उसका पोस्ट,
सब्जेक्ट मेंशन नहीं करेंगे,
सब्जेक्ट आएगा बट पहले हम अपना उनका एड्रेस पूरा करेंगे। ठीक है, पहले हम द एडिटर लिखेंगे, फिर उसके बाद लिखेंगे टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया। फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया को कुछ आर्टिकल भेजना है, एंड वो चंडीगढ़ कहाँ पे है, सेक्टर वट एवर चंडीगढ़, एंड आई राइट पिन कोड ऑल्सो। पिन कोड के बिना कम्युनिकेशन फॉर्मल पूरी नहीं होती, क्योंकि वही एक सेफेस्ट वे है कि आपकी चीज सही जगह पहुंचे। क्लियर? देन यू राइट सब्जेक्ट।
Even while you are writing your address also, there also you mention the thing.
यस, सेंडर एड्रेस, ये सब कुछ आएगा जो हम इसमें लिख रहे हैं, सेम। ठीक है, जो मैंने पहले भी बताया। सब्जेक्ट क्या लिख रहे हो आप, अब आर्टिकल लिख रहे हो या कोई लेटर लिख रहे हो, वो क्या है पर्पस। सब्जेक्ट 1 line only. Okay, then comes your salutation. Again, respected, वही same salutation, sir or ma'am. If
Okay, madam, ऊपर ले लीजिए।
salutation remains the respected, sir or ma'am if you do not know. वैसे एडिटर का पता ही होता है हम किसको जनरली लिख रहे हैं, तो आप रिस्पेक्टेड सर या रिस्पेक्टेड उनको, जैसे सैल्यूटेशन आपको लगता है अप्रोप्रिएट है, आप वैसे शुरू करें। देन यू राइट whatever you want to write in the letter, in a business letter. For yes, very good point by the audience that you have to leave spacing होनी चाहिए। अगर आप इकट्ठे ही सब कुछ लिख जाओगे फिर पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि आपका
In between every component.
yes, in between every component you should leave 1 line. 1 line की spacing is enough. All right, then you write the body of the business letter, whatever is the purpose, whatever you're seeking, कोई information चाहिए, या आप चाहते हो कि ऐसा कुछ फॉरवर्ड आए न्यूज़पेपर में एडिटर को, या आपने अपना कोई आर्टिकल लिखा है वो आप लाना चाहते हैं, so you can mention that. And then closing again. Closing the way we talked about it. Thank you. or thank you, yours sincerely, and then you can write your name. अब name and signature एक बार देख लो. जैसे मेरा नाम कोनिका मेहता है, तो मैं इसके ऊपर यहाँ साइन करूंगी, यहाँ नहीं. People are in the habit of signing here. Please do not do that. तो सब कुछ आ गया आपका, डेट ये वो सारा उस लेटर में पूरा कंटेंट जो आपने लिखा और खत्म किया आपने अपना थैंक यू के साथ विद योर नेम, साइन ऊपर, ये याद रखना. Okay.
And then, what about some people prefer yours sincerely, and some are equally interested in quoting it as faithfully, yours faithfully.
Now see, so there's a difference. If you have worked with someone and you know that person and who is into a seniority level, there you can use sincerely because you are in direct contact with that person, or you have been in continuous exchanging information with that person in a continuous way. For example, अगर मैं editor को रोज के article भेज रही हूँ, मैं उनकी content writer हूँ, for example, and I know ये letter उन्हीं को जा रहा है, तो I can use you sincerely or even faithfully भी, क्योंकि regular मेरे से उनसे transaction चल रही है.
So, are these two terms synonym, or is there any certain line of difference that we can draw?
May I clarify?
Yes.
It is very clear in my mind that faithfully you should write to your immediate boss.
Yes.
Yes, immediate boss.
So faithfully you should write only faithfully, the word you have to write only for your immediate boss. Sincerely you can be sincere to
Anybody, yes.
I mean, I can write sincerely to anybody,
Yes.
but to your immediate boss you can write faithfully. But nowadays we are using sincerely for
everywhere. Yes.
And some people write it truly also.
Truly, sincerely.
Personally.
Yes, that's personal. Now see, it's your personal discretion to select whether you want to write yours sincerely or your faithfully. If I'm in personal contact, that's what I'm telling you. If I'm in personal contact with that person, I can write faithfully. But commonly आजकल yours sincerely ही लिखा जा रहा है हर जगह. And yours sincerely, make sure you do not write yours like this. It is yours in continuation. Yours is no more with apostrophe, it's yours in continuation. Apostrophe s khatam ho gaya. We have almost omitted most of the punctuation marks we used to use in the format. No commas.
Nowadays we do the left alignment.
Yes, everything towards the left of the A4 size sheet without punctuation marks. All right, clear?
And what about date? I think is it optional for exchange right side?
In modern format, they write it on the left-hand side only.
Oh.
Yes, on the left-hand side. Everything on left.
Everything, your date, your salutation, thank you statement, sab kuch left hand side on the A4 size sheet. I hope it's clear now. Okay. Yeah, earlier it was zigzag format, but now modern format says keep everything towards the left. एक ही trend follow करो, left hand side. Okay. Next is agenda. आया?
डेमोन्स्ट्रेटर हूँ तो फ्रॉम से शुरू करते हैं, फ्रॉम फिर टू कौन किसको लिख रहा है एंड देयर आफ्टर मैं मेमो.
सर वो कम्युनिकेशन कुछ और हुआ, जो आप बात कर रहे हैं वो कुछ और है. बिजनेस लेटर इज बेसिकली जब हम किसी को लेटर लिख रहे हैं और कोई कुछ मांग रहे हैं उस लेटर में, फॉर एग्जांपल कुछ पर्पस हो या कुछ आपने मेरे लिए कुछ किया, मैं आपको थैंक यू कर दूं, तो उतना. हाँ जी वो ऑफिशियल, वो वाला ट्रेंड डिफरेंट है. वो मेमो राइटिंग, क्योंकि हम उसमें मेमो नंबर लिखते हैं फिर. ठीक है ना. हाँ जी. नेक्स्ट कम्स एजेंडा. when we are solely responsible for conducting a meeting, two things are very important. First, primarily, is the agenda. मतलब क्या है उस meeting का? Why are we calling that meeting? And minutes of the meeting. Both of them have equal importance. Because if the agenda is not clear, your people will not come prepared. And if minutes are properly not stated, then they will have no reference for implementation. कि क्या हुआ था, किस time हुआ था, decision क्या लिया, पता ही नहीं चलेगा if we are not aware of minutes of the meeting. Clear? So let's talk about agenda first. Agenda क्या होता है? Agenda is a document that outlines the contents of forthcoming meeting. For example, my boss has given me the responsibility for calling all the HODs of the institute for one meeting. Now I am responsible for making that agenda of the meeting, and I will make sure everybody receives it. All the HODs of all the departments receive it, and they know what is the time of the meeting, what is the date, and where they have to go. Venue kya hai, right? Effective agenda is the one of the most important element for productive meeting. If you want your meeting to happen in the desired way as you want it, agenda अच्छा होना चाहिए, समझ आना चाहिए कि इस चीज की discussion है. For example, if the meeting is for discussing in an institute what new courses can come, और आपके एजेंडा जो आपने बनाया उसमें लग रहा है कि कोर्सेज अच्छे हैं कि नहीं है, आपकी मीटिंग करने का फायदा ही खत्म हो जाएगा. The relevance will be lost. Because if the person is not aware कि मीटिंग में होना क्या है, वो अपना ही कुछ और डिस्कशन हो जाएगी और वो मीटिंग भी खत्म हो जाएगी, फायदा कोई होगा नहीं. So because your owners, your people who are responsible at higher levels do not have time to waste. So that's why they make one person responsible for sending the agenda of the meeting. All right. It is usually sent along with the notice of the meeting. कब है meeting? कहाँ है meeting? क्या time है? Which gives the participants an opportunity to come prepared for the upcoming discussion or decisions. Meeting किसी purpose के बिना तो होगी नहीं. चाहे वो कोई भी minimal reason भी होगा, कोई ना कोई reason जरूर होगा. So they have to come prepared for the discussion. They have to come prepared for the decision. So that's the reason agenda is important. Preparing agenda is very useful practice. Agenda aids the process of meeting by putting the meeting plan in a permanent written form. Verbally, आज आ जाना meeting के लिए. अगर मैं ऐसे कहूंगी कोई भी नहीं आएगा. अभी आ जाना, इधर आ जाना, ये जगह है, लेफ्ट लोगे, राइट लोगे, पहुंच जाना यहाँ पे. आएगा कोई? नहीं आएगा. Unless and until they have addressed, they have signed that yes, they will be present in the meeting. Then a good meeting agenda serves as a guideline to the participants, making the meeting more effective and productive. Meeting करने का फायदा ही क्या जब उससे कुछ निकला ही नहीं, कोई purpose ही नहीं solve करा. Then you are just meeting in an informal manner. जैसे हम friends या families को मिलते हैं. Formal meeting में agenda is very, very, very important, primarily of importance. Okay, since agenda has to be set in an order, it helps the chairperson to conduct the meeting smoothly. Chairperson has given you the responsibility to send the agenda. You have sent it to various people responsible. Now chairperson will at least think, okay, everybody knows कि आज होना क्या है. Then you can simply start what has to be done. Instead of wasting time कि करना क्या है उस time आकर. For example, if I am responsible for conducting a party, मैंने सबको कॉल कर दिया, आ जाना, किसी को बताया नहीं क्यों आ जाना. सब बिना गिफ्ट के आ गए. कोई भी पार्टी में बिना गिफ्ट के आ गए, बिना तैयार हुए, कैसे भी आ गए. कैसा लगेगा मुझे? मैंने तो पार्टी के लिए बोला था और मैंने क्योंकि लैक ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन कि कैसे आना है, फॉर्मली आना है या इनफॉर्मली आना है, कैजुअल आना है कि कैसे आना है, मेकअप करके आना है कि नहीं आना, गिफ्ट लेके आना है कि नहीं आना, पार्टी किस चीज के लिए है. So there was lack of information. Similarly, blunders can happen if there is lack of the purpose of which you're calling a meeting. तो agenda इतना important है. Okay. It ensures that only matters relevant to the particular meeting का discuss. अब आज का एजेंडा ये है, जैसे हम कहीं पे भी कहते हैं आज का मेन पर्पस ये है, अब सब प्रिपेयर्ड आएंगे कि बात तो यही होनी है. जैसे आप आए, आज का मेन पर्पस क्या था, आज कम्युनिकेशन का लेक्चर अटेंड करना है, सुबह से बैठना है, दोपहर तक बैठना है, आप प्रिपेयर्ड होकर आए. अगर मैं कहती आ जाना, आज ना कम्युनिकेशन की वर्कशॉप चल रही है, आ जाना, जैसे मर्जी आ जाना, जब मर्जी आ जाना, तो कोई 9 बजे आएगा, कोई 12 बजे आएगा, कोई आएगा ही नहीं. ठीक है. So this is what it is. It's important. It can be used as a checklist to ensure that all information is covered. Now, meeting, when you call a meeting, agenda बन गया, उसमें points, सब points होते हैं, एक point आप टिक करते जाओ, जो भी responsible है. हो गया discussion, चलो done, and you can fall to the other points as well. Okay. It also facilitates in preparing the minutes. Agenda शुरू हुआ purpose से, खत्म हुआ किसी decision पे. उसकी रिकॉर्डिंग कौन करेगा? जो मिनट्स रिकॉर्ड कर रहा है कि इतने बजे शुरू हुई थी, इतने बंदे आए थे, यहां हुई, इस दिन हुई, टाइम ये था, खत्म ये हुई. एडजर्नमेंट कब हुई? इस टाइम सबको छोड़ दिया, जाओ भाई खाओ पियो ऐश करो. ठीक है. सो देयर इट एंड्स. क्लियर? नाउ मिनट्स ऑफ द मीटिंग, जिसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं. मिनट्स ऑफ द मीटिंग डिस्क्राइब या स्पेसिफाइज what has been discussed and decided in a meeting. It gives you a permanent record for future reference. आज मैंने एक डिसीजन लिया, कल CEO बदल गया, चेंज हो गया, कैसे पता चलेगा इस कंपनी में होता क्या है या क्या होता आ रहा है या क्या डिसीजंस लिए? वो रेफरेंस कहाँ चेक करेगा? मिनट्स ऑफ द मीटिंग, कि कैसे कैसे हुआ, क्या डिसीजन लिए, क्या न्यू इम्प्लीमेंटेशंस हुई, क्या पहले चलता था, क्या न्यू हुआ, and what's in picture these days. So I can refer to that document. Include an overview of the structure of the meeting. कैसे structure कैसे बनाते हैं हम? कुछ चीज का नाम होगा, कोई चीज का डेट भी होगा, टाइम भी होगा, वेन्यू भी होगा, तो वो स्ट्रक्चर अपने आप ही बन जाता है मिनट्स ऑफ द मीटिंग के लिए. क्लियर? जनरली मिनट्स with the organization name. अब कहाँ की मीटिंग चल रही है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अब IT पार्क है, IT पार्क में बहुत कंपनीज है. अब इन्फोसिस ने एक वेन्यू बुक करा ललित मीटिंग के लिए. ठीक है. मिनट्स ऑफ द मीटिंग बन गया कि इस पर्टिकुलर कंपनी की आज मीटिंग यहाँ है, इस डेट पे, इस टाइम पे. ठीक है. कौन कौन आ रहा है जिसने अपनी कॉन्फर्मेशन दे दी कि मैं आऊंगा? कॉर्पोरेट मीटिंग्स, इफ यू हर्ड अबाउट इट, मैं आऊंगा, वो पहले ही कॉन्फर्मेशन ले लेते और मैं नहीं आऊंगा. तो एब्सेंटीज कौन थे, प्रेजेंट कौन था. ठीक है. एजेंडा, क्यों आए हैं हम सारे यहाँ पे, व्हाट इज द एजेंडा ऑफ द डिस्कशन. ओके. एंड ऑल ऑफिशियल डिसीजन मस्ट बी इंक्लूडेड. जिस चीज के लिए बैठे थे, क्या डिसाइड किया, वो वहां पे लिखता जा रहा है जो बंदा रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, कि पर्टिकुलर बंदे ने शुरू करा, ये डिस्कशन चलती रही इनकी, और ये इस टाइम पे आके डिसीजन हो गया, और इस टाइम पे हमने मीटिंग क्लोज करके we went. The reports given and the persons involved. Now, एक डिसीजन लेने के लिए we have to cross check everything. Reports होंगी, researches होंगी, documents होंगे, ideas होंगे, discussion होगा. So you make sure you're writing all the pointers. You're including all the pointers. Then vote tally. अच्छा, if you've taken a decision, फिर voting होती है. I hope you know voting. कितने favor, कितने against. So that also is also recorded कि कितने बंदे इस चीज के फेवर में थे, कितने इसके अगेंस्ट थे. Alright? Date, time, place of the next meeting now. एक बार डिसीजन ले लिया एक चीज का, वहां खत्म नहीं होता. उसके और फर्दर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कब तक, जब तक नहीं होएगी, उस मीटिंग का कोई फायदा नहीं. तो नेक्स्ट मीटिंग कब होएगी इस पे, that's decided there and then, minutes of the meeting में. ठीक है. Assignments and the person. अब मैंने सोचा कि ये डिसीजन लेते हैं, and I have decided, okay, please you take the responsibility for this, you take the responsibility for this, and these people will help you. So I have decided who are responsible and who are the helping aids. Okay. Then minutes may end with a note of the time that meetings were adjourned. For example, meeting started at 1, it got adjourned at 4. तो क्लोजिंग टाइम क्या आएगा, 1 की 4, 4 जब खत्म हुई, ठीक है। नाउ इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है, इट कंफर्म्स दैट देयर वाज अ डिसीजन व्हिच वाज मेड। हाँ हुआ था ये डिसीजन, सबको पता होगा, क्योंकि एक बार डिसीजन लिया जाता है फिर आगे कम्युनिकेट होता है, ऑलराइट। देन रिकॉर्ड ऑफ एनी अग्रीड एक्शंस टू बी टेकन। अब डिसीजन लेके छोड़ तो नहीं देते, उसके आगे कुछ करते हैं, वो क्या करना है वो भी इसमें आएगा। हाँ जी, एक्शन टेकन, ओके। देन record of who has been allocated any task or responsibility. Now, if I have taken a decision that all the emphasis meetings will be held at Lalit, and I will make you responsible for arranging everything. Now, so your name will be written with designation that this person, you have to please see this person for making the arrangements at Lalit. Okay. Provide details of the meeting to anyone unable to attend. For example, 70% लोग आए, 30% नहीं आए, अब उनको कैसे पता चलेगा? मे बी वो छुट्टी पे गए हुए, 1 वीक की, 10 days की, कितनी भी छुट्टी पे गए. It's your responsibility who's noting down the minutes of the meeting to communicate to every person present or absent that this was the decision that was taken. Okay, it serves as a record of the meeting's procedure and outcome. Now, what tasks are involved in taking the minutes? Making a short summary about the minutes agenda, making a list of all the details beforehand. आपका क्या था पहले, क्या हुआ अब, तो दोनों, ठीक है. Recording the body of the minutes. इस टाइम से इस टाइम ये इसने बोला, इस टाइम से इस टाइम इन्होंने अपना पॉइंट दिया, इस टाइम से इस टाइम सबकी वोटिंग हुई, इस टाइम से इस टाइम इतने बंदों ने यस बोला. Okay, concluding the minutes इस टाइम पे खत्म होने वाली है, and then distributing the minutes among the attendees कि आपको इतना टाइम मिला है, अपना बता दो जो भी आपने बोलना है. Alright, body कैसे चलता है minutes of the meeting? Name of the organization, date and time, those present and who could not attend, a list of agenda items and topics, summary of discussion for each agenda item. Okay. Now there could be multiple things in one meeting as well. एक ही चीज नहीं हो सकता है वो 2-3 चीजें डिस्कस करने के लिए मीटिंग आई, ठीक है. The action people committed to and summary of any decision made. जो आपने लास्ट में डिसीजन लिया उसकी समरी भी आप इन्हीं में रिकॉर्ड करेंगे, ठीक है. ऐसे दिखेगा आपका एग्जाम्पल फॉर्मेट, ऐसा होता है. मिनट्स ऑफ द मीटिंग का, नेम ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, पर्पस क्या है, डेट, टाइम, चेयर, कौन एड्रेस कर रहा है, चेयर का मतलब चेयरपर्सन, यस. देन टॉपिक, पहला टॉपिक डिस्कशन, एक्शन, पीपल रिस्पॉन्सिबल. सेकेंड टॉपिक डिस्कशन, एक्शन, पीपल रिस्पॉन्सिबल. थर्ड, तो ऐसे करके ये फॉर्मेट बनेगा. अदरवाइज सॉफ्टवेयर में जब हम डालते हैं, टेम्पलेट का एक सॉफ्टवेयर भी आता है, यस. You can copy it also, that it's name of the organization, purpose, date, chair, topic, discussion, action, and person responsible. Clear? Okay. Have you done it? Okay. Now this is a template that's there in a software template जो होता है, जो हमारे कंपनी के सॉफ्टवेयर बनते हैं, उसमें ऐसा सा टेम्पलेट होता है जिसमें आप टाइटल से शुरू करोगे, डेट टाइम आ जाएगा, लोकेशन आ जाएगी, किसने बुलाई मीटिंग वो आएगा, फैसिलिटेटर कौन था, नोट कौन ले रहा था उसका नाम भी आएगा, टाइम कीपर कौन था और अटेंड किस किसने किया, ठीक है. अलॉटेड कितना कितना टॉपिक पे कितना टाइम अलॉट किया, किसने प्रेजेंट किया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने एक चीज रखी और मैंने ही प्रेजेंट करा तो मेरा ही नाम आएगा. And then the first notes वो सब नीचे और थोड़ा सा लास्ट में adjourn टाइम भी आता है, कब खत्म हुई थी मीटिंग, कब शुरू हुई, कब खत्म. Yes, with vote of thanks, of course. Yes. Okay, now when we've listened to so much about writing skills, it's time to implement. Now, when it's time to implement, I will give you only 5 minutes to write something very interesting, and I can randomly ask anybody from any institute, even the audience. So everybody has to write, okay? Now, what do you have to write? Write a small paragraph, maybe 4 or 5 lines, describing something that you have never done but would like to do. कभी कुछ किया नहीं पर करना चाहूंगा या चाहूंगी, and explain why do you want to do it. So 4 or 5 lines, 3 to 4 minutes. I can ask anybody from any institute and from the audience also. And it could be hilarious, funny भी हो सकता है, ड्रीमिंग फैसिनेटिंग भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी जो आप करना चाहते हो पर नहीं कर पाए, और क्यों करना चाहते हो फिर वो चीज, ठीक है? सो योर टाइम स्टार्ट्स नाउ. हम ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लेंगे. फॉर 3 minutes में लेट्स फाइंड समवन हु राइट समथिंग इंटरेस्टिंग. ओके, योर टाइम स्टार्ट्स नाउ. मैम उधर पार्टिसिपेंट्स दिखाओगे? Everybody, please, I can ask anybody. I'm seeing everyone. Polytechnic College, please start writing. KCT Polytechnic College. Please start writing. I can hardly see anybody writing. Maybe 2 to 3 lines. और जिसका सबसे अच्छा होगा, we'll of course, यहाँ से मैं कुछ और कर नहीं सकती. We can only applaud. City Polytechnic. I hope you are writing it. Kodia Institute of Business Management. Fatehgarh Sahib College. I hope you're writing. And all those I can ask anybody randomly. It's very easy, I hope. There is nothing that you cannot write. Okay, anybody who would like to volunteer from any institute, please can come forward and share with us. Okay, Chaudhry Devi Lal, we have one participant who wants to initiate, and I would like to appreciate that somebody has volunteered. Okay, let's hear from you. Yes.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I am Kushaldeep, a mechanical engineering student in final year. If I would get an opportunity, I would like to become an astronaut. I would like to go for a spacewalk on Mars, and I would also like to see through the window of the rocket through which I would be propelled to the Mars. And this is my ambition. and you can also call. I want to explore the Mars.
All right.
This is what I like to do.
Okay. Anybody else who would like to come forward and share? Yes, anybody?
This is hello.
No?
I'm representing Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University from Delhi.
Okay, good afternoon.
One of my colleagues would like to just share with you what all she has written.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, I would love to just travel around the world for an extended period of time, maybe 6 months or a year at a stretch, and countries, different people, and just get out of this routine life that we normally lead and explore my adventurous side.
All right. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, anybody else who would like to share? What is this college?
City Polytechnic.
City Polytechnic College? Yes, Jalandhar. Please come forward and share, one of you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. I cannot see your face. Can you just? Camera. Yes. Fine. Thank you.
Am I visible, ma'am?
Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Am I visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, it's Jitendra here from City Polytechnic College.
Right.
It's Jitendra here from City Polytechnic College.
Okay, yes.
We all are enjoying your sessions. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Everyone has his her own dreams, and even I have a dream that I want to go on a trip around the world, but still can't be true.
I'm from Government Women's Polytechnic, Jaipur. Am I audible to you?
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, yes, yes. You're audible and visible. Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Actually, like some other persons, I have also a dream that I want to go a trip around the world.
Okay.
But, let's see when it comes true.
All right. Okay. So all the best. I hope it gets fulfilled soon.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's your session is wonderful. We all are thankful to you for the things that you are being telling.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anybody else?
Hello. Hello. Now can you hear us? Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Ma'am, good afternoon. Myself, Chetan Anand.
I cannot see.
Myself, Chetan Anand. I have written something. I have never played any musical instrument, but I want to do it.
Okay.
I want to do it because it may change our thinking mode, result of action, from top to bottom of thinking.
Okay, that's
It may be a place of keen interest to make our life lively.
all right. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let somebody from who would like to share. Yes, please. Please come. Okay. Yes.
My name is B.S. Brad. I belong to Baba Farid College of Engineering and Technology, Bhinda, Punjab.
I am PhD in mathematics in the area of information theory, coding theory. But I have desire to go further in this direction. I want to do postdoctoral research in my area of search. I hope to do so in future, provided state of health remains favorable.
Right. Okay. Yes, I really wish that your dream comes true.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Yes. Can we have somebody else from the audience? Yes. Yes. So, please come. Come and share this.
Myself, Rakesh Singh, perform duty at Government Polytechnic for Women, Morni District, Panchkula. I want to aware the society about the beneficial or policies of the state government. If I get a chance to perform sincere duty for the welfare of the society, I will do it. I will help them for their good educations, aware them about the importance and beneficial policies of the central government as well as state. Also.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I wish that somebody puts in that extra effort to inform the society about such issues and such things. Thank you so much. Okay, please, anybody else, please come. I would like to hear from you. Anybody? Anybody? Come.
Ma'am, I have something, but I don't want to share that with the online audience. But,
okay, then we'll hear it later. Okay, please come. Why don't you say a few words? Okay, last call to anybody who would like to share from any institute or from the audience. I hope they have shared everything. But if you ask me personally, what would I love to do if given chance, and I've never done it, I would sit in a place which is full of water, and it's a place which is very imaginary, out of the world, and there is it's full of stars. It's so pretty, it's dark, and there are stars sparkling in the water, and I would like to play with them for quite a number of hours. I wish I could do that, and I wish I get chance to do that. So that's what I would love to do if given chance. बिल्कुल, हमारे पास एक शायरी आई है, आप शायरी कह दीजिए हमारे लिए. प्लीज कम एंड से इट फॉर अस. हमारे पास एक शायर भी बैठे हैं, उन्होंने बोला है कि हर किसी को मुकम्मल जहां नहीं मिलता, कभी जमीन और कभी आसमान नहीं मिलता. बिल्कुल सही बात है, बट हम सब कुछ बहुत कुछ करना चाहते हैं.
बट मैम, आप आसमान चाहते हैं जमीन पे.
सी, हम इमेजिनेशन में कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. इमेजिनेशन में वो पावर है कि हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. ओके, विद
एक दिन बैठा समुद्र तीर पर, सुन रहा था बुलबुलें की मैं कथा. एक कागज की लिखी कश्ती मुझे छिपी जिसमें पहाड़ों की सी व्यथा.
सर, ये आप यहाँ बोलेंगे तो ज्यादा अच्छा लगेगा. ये एक्चुअली मेरी ऑडियंस मिस कर रही है ये वाली चीज. प्लीज आप. ओके, वी हैव समबडी हु वुड लाइक टू शेयर अ स्मॉल पोएम ऑफ विद एवरीबॉडी. और शायरी आप कहिए. हाँ जी.
जीवन के ऐसे जो संवेदनाएं होती है, उन संवेदनाओं को अगर हम उद्घोषित करें, उन संवेदनाओं को बताएं, तो इच्छा शक्ति, जो मनुष्य की इच्छा शक्ति है, वो बहुत मायने रखती है. इसके लिए दो चंद लाइनें हैं, वो मैं आपको सुनाना चाहूंगा. एक दिन बैठा समंदर तीर पर, सुन रहा बुलबुले की मैं कथा. एक दिखी कागज की कश्ती मुझे, छिपी जिसमें पहाड़ों की सी व्यथा. कि बोझ इतना धर मुझे अचरज हुआ, किस तरह चलती है ये तेज धार में. वो हंसी और बोली कि चलाती चाह है, आदमी चलता नहीं संसार में. बस यही था, क्योंकि सारी की सारी आदमी की चाह पर डिपेंड करता है.
थैंक यू सो मच. देखा, राइटिंग स्किल्स का थॉट प्रोसेस शुरू हो चुका है. ओके, with this I would like to end the session by just one line. If you really want to write something and you really feel something should exist, be a creator. Start it, initiate it. With this, thank you all for being the lovely participants in the audience, as well as who all are connected with us on net. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, friends, is there any question in your mind about the writing skills? Ma'am has covered the importance of writing skill and grammar. Then she has also covered some specific to email, covering letter, agenda for a meeting and minutes of the meeting, and an official letter also. There are so many things to be done in the writing skills, but she has covered that because I try to guide her. These are the things which our teachers require basically. Teachers require to write the agendas or official letters and all, and our students also write like that. Grammar cannot be covered in one lecture or a half lecture or this thing. Grammar, learning of a grammar, especially of a foreign language, is an ongoing process which has to be done every day. I mean, we cannot stop doing it. That I am now, let us say, 40 years old, or I am 50 years old, I am 60 years old, I am done with the grammar. No, grammar has to be done every day, and you have to brush up your grammar every day. Otherwise, you will stale. You will start stinking also. So grammar has done this exercise. Write a small paragraph describing something that you have never done but would like to do. Explain why you want to do. I would request all the coordinators, my audience, my participants sitting here also, so kindly write this and email me. The paragraphs written by the participant at various nodal centers, kindly email me and I will get back to you on that. And you can submit the paragraph to me within a day or so. Maybe by Thursday, you can write the paragraph and submit it to me. This is a homework Ma'am has given to you. We will do that homework. With these words, once again, ma'am, thank you so much.